I am traveling to visit my mom in Kentucky for Christmas, and then I'm going to Montana with you, Amy. My routine is completely thrown off, but there's one thing that I am maintaining. And that's Ritual.
Ritual is an obsessively researched multivitamin. Their essential multis have the nutrients most of us don't get enough from our food, especially me, all in their clean and absorbable forms. There's no shady additives or ingredients that do more harm than good.
I'm currently taking their Essentials for Women 18 plus, which contains 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules designed for optimal absorption per day.
We take their Symbiotic Plus Gut Health every evening before bed, and that minty freshness actually is like a little treat before I go to sleep.
Get to go to bed fresh. Ritual's Essential third-party tested for heavy metals and clean label project certified.
Their products are HSA, FSA eligible with a seamless checkout experience, so you can even save when you shop with your pre-tax dollars.
Instead of striving for perfect health, aim for supportive foundational health.
Our listeners get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/booktalk.
That's ritual.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, for 25% off your first month.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Step into your future with an all-new series, Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Being a cadet means being open to the people around you.
I've spent my whole life getting away from stuff, letting someone in. It's hard.
I want to be captain. I need to be captain.
Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti star.
You'll encounter challenges your predecessors never had to imagine.
Starfleet Academy. New series streaming January 15th on Paramount Plus.
Hey there, we're Book Talk for Book Talk with Jack and Amy, your book besties who take the novels you love seriously.
This is Jack.
And I'm Amy.
And together, we mix smart analysis with fandom fun. So let's get into it.
This is our Breadcrumbs and Broomsticks episode where we read your thoughts and interpretations, as well as discuss breadcrumbs from chapters 50 through 56 of Sarah J. Maas's third Throne of Glass novel, Heir of Fire.
Before we dive in, don't forget Spilt. Spoilers, perspective, interpretation, language, themes.
If you'd like more information, please go back and listen to the start of Tuesday's episode. But most importantly, spoilers. Everything SJM, spoilers.
And if you want to submit your thoughts for our Breadcrumbs and Broomsticks episode in the future, make sure to follow us on Instagram where we collect listener submissions.
All right, starting with Breadcrumbs in chapter 50. After Aelin tells Rowan she'll follow him to whatever end, we see Emrys with his mate. Quote, even Emrys refused, and Malachi merely said that where his mate went, he went. A big old mate clue. Good job. I didn't even think of that.
Thank you. In chapter 52, while Celaena is meeting the Valg Prince, they talk about where they're from. Quote, a realm of eternal dark and ice and wind, he said, and we have been waiting a very, very long time to taste your sunshine. It's giving Asteri.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is for sure. In chapter 53, when Celaena is enthralled by the Valg, and in her head, she thinks, quote, she'd expected to have the life sucked from her instantly, but they had just stayed close in the dark, brushing up against her like cats. Reminds me of the cat-like shadow in Silver Flames.
There's like a cat thingy that follows Nesta around in the library.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That made me think of Brimstone, to be honest. There's also a cat in Crescent City.
Hold on. Do you not remember?
I don't. It's been a long time since I've read or listened to Silver Flames.
All right, well, that's about to change. There's a Silver Flames reference there. Okay. So in chapter 55, when Rowan is nearing the evil shadows, he hears his past mate's cry, quote, where Lyra's beckoning had now turned to screaming for mercy. It wasn't real. It wasn't real. But Aelin was real. A little too on the nose. A little like, yeah, you're right. Lyra wasn't your real mate. And Aelin is.
That's a good point. Another mate clue is when Rowan nears Aelin's fire, quote, the flame didn't singe a hair on his head. Oh, because you can't hurt your mate. Interesting.
Are you surprised with all my breadcrumbs that I put in?
No, I love it. Good job.
Yeah. When Aelin comes through the flames, we get to see that mark again. Quote, a strange mark glowing on her brow. There's the nameless girl we know and love.
In chapter 56, Dorian interrupts Sorscha's letter writing. Quote, as he turned, she balled up the ruined paper and chucked it into the rubbish pail, which is exactly what gets her caught. And that sucks.
Oh, yeah, it is. Dun, dun, dun. Chaol says to Sorscha, quote, I think, Chaol said, and Sorscha turned brows high, ready to get to work. I think, he said, again, smiling faintly, that this kingdom could use a healer as its queen. She did not return the smile as he'd hoped. Instead, she looked unfathomably sad as she returned to her work. Maybe it's because she knows she is doomed because of her work as a spy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. We've been recording for how many hours today? I just want to give us props. We had an interview that was an hour and a half long.
Then we did ads.
Then we did ads. That was another half hour. And then we've been doing this for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Almost.
And
we have to push through for another half hour to make sure that this is a good chunky.
Yeah. And we have lots of listener thoughts to read. So I'm not worried about it being chunky, but damn, we've been recording a lot.
I know. We knew today would be a marathon. Alrighty. So now we're in the broomsticks section, and Amy did a wonderful job gathering everyone's thoughts. Also discovered that you can, in fact, pin more than one conversation in Instagram DMs. So this is making it easier so that you guys send us something. And if I just double tap it, just know it means read it, saving it. Thanks. Love you. Bye.
Yes. And for those of you who leave comments on Spotify, love you too. Sometimes we don't see them until like a week or two after they've been submitted. So apologies. We don't respond because then it looks silly on our part.
Yeah.
But they are here to be read. Good and bad. Good and bad.
Oh, no. Continue.
All right. So from Danielle, I think you should do Empire of Storms and Tower of Dawn separately. I just re-listened to Tower of Dawn, and it is so good. It deserves its own time.
I saw that comment, and I was like, oh, this is just going to validate Amy.
Yes, I completely agree, Danielle.
Callie says, I definitely got the bed knobs and broomsticks reference. Thumbs up. I am very happy because you never know. I mean, there was someone who also sent a DM, and they're just like, did not realize it. However, that makes me love you guys. I was like, oh, wow. Thank you.
Veronica says, I'd love to hear a different lens, but I am so done hearing about the punch. It has had way too much screen time.
I say this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
However, it's kind of a vicious cycle because we record ahead of time. So then by the time certain episodes got out, people were talking about it.
Yeah.
And then so part of it.
And responding.
Yeah. So part of it is responding to people while we're recording, knowing that we've already recorded ahead.
Yeah.
So it did drag on longer. No, I agree. I'm done talking about it too.
Yeah. Charlie says similarly, can we please move past the Rowan punch? I get it was bad, but it's the only thing you guys have talked about for 3 weeks. So,
look, we did this ahead of time. Okay. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry.
I mean, this is what we get for our recording schedule. Like, we have to record ahead so that our editors have time to edit, and then you guys respond, and then we want to respect the effort you put in to responding.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Madison says, OMG, yes, please do a new lens. I don't know exactly which scene/chapter, but I think using the colonial lens when talking about Nehemia / her homeland, or when Maeve meets Aelin. I'm going to be refreshing up more on the lenses, especially for the last episode when we're done. But maybe even with Silver Flames.
Yeah.
Let's just do a nice refresh for the next one and then keep that in the noggin.
I do think it would be good for us to be armed with a few lenses when we talk about Rowan's breaking the blood oath with Maeve and then making the blood oath with Aelin. I think that would be a really good scene.
Yeah, a good refresher on literary lenses is what we shall do.
I keep meaning to write a post about it so that we have it as a reference.
We just Google it at this point as a reminder. And, one day, love you, James. Let's have James write it.
No, I have to write it because we're going to do an SSJ recording about it, about the lenses.
Yeah, you got to do it then. That's funny.
All right. From Patty, I'm pretty sure Aedion and Aelin are first cousins. Weren't their mothers sisters? And they were going to be married to each other, if I remember Heir of Fire correctly. They were rumored to be a potential marriage match.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you looked up.
They are not first cousins.
Yeah.
Aelin family tree. Okay. This is the internet. Don't get mad at me. All right. So you have Mab, and she has 2 kids. We don't know about them. Aedion's mother is descendant of child number 2 from Mab. And baby daddy is Gavriel.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have Aedion. Child number 1 from Mab has Evelyn and Galston. So Evelyn only has 1 sibling, and that is Galen's dad.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Evelyn and Aedion's mom were first cousins.
Yeah. So they're second.
Yeah. Which makes Aelin and Aedion second cousins.
Yeah. That's according to internet.
According to internet.
Yeah. It's still, distant, but not too distant. And they could easily stop calling each other cousins all the time.
Yep. Sage says, quoting you specifically, Jack, hold up, mortal instruments. And then Sage says, I feel called out as both an Aedion hater and a Cassandra Clare lover.
What did I say?
Because we're talking about incest and ew, can't do the Aelin Aedion.
Oh.
And then we're like, oh, but Cassandra Clare, I was totally okay.
Yeah.
I was totally okay with Jason Clary. Also totally okay with Rune and Bryce. Someone texted us and was like, you guys were hot for Rune and Bryce.
Yeah.
We were. Yeah, we were.
I don't understand it. I think it's because they're both blonde.
They look too much alike.
Yeah, that's we're just oh my God, I don't want to go down that trail of thought.
Yeah.
But, I said it. I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
Someone also sent a quote of what one of us said, I'm hungry for horny, or I can't remember, but I said something. And they'll just quote us, and I love it. But I'm also wait, what did we say?
Yeah, sometimes I need extra context.
I don't remember. Yeah. All right. So now this is from Vanya, and this is some of her notes. So Gavriel smelling Aelin when she brought the stew. He knows they're mates because I do remember they can smell other people on each other. But for real, though, I don't remember everything to the detail, but I do remember SJM books where people smell each other and that their scent lingered on their partner. For example, Lydia's scent on Rune even before they met in real life, if my memory is correct. So I do think that, that is correct. You can smell. Normally, though, it's after sex.
Right. In Lydia and Rune's case, they had dream sex.
Which counts.
In the Fae world.
And if that was the case, oh my God, if dream sex counted, I would have been a whore.
I was going to say, never mind. Too much information.
A whore. Okay. There was an influencer that I had a dream of, and it was one of those things where he's fine, but I'm not attracted to him. And I told Amy, I was like, this was the most graphic dream that I've had. And I just like feel weird when I see him on my feed now because I'm like, ew, I didn't think of you that way.
Yeah.
He is in the book realm. Let people try to guess that. It's no one we've interviewed on the podcast. Okay, so continuing. I do think that even though we don't know that they are mates and we now think Rowan had a mate, Gabriel's sense in the air that Aelin's scent is somehow present or mixed with Rowan. And perhaps they had a conversation later like, hey man, what was that all about? Because he knows. And Aelin being so mad that she doesn't understand why other people wouldn't talk to her earlier in the book, Rowan told her it was because of her scent. But now I think that their scent might mix together. I don't know. Wishful thinking? I'm willing to bet my life on this theory. Okay, so Rowan said that they smell different because of their bond, but they're not bonded because until they were sleeping in the same bed.
Right. And at this point, they were still kind of at each other's. Well, they were starting to get to know each other, but not sleeping in each other's bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Gabriel is like, something's weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it follows Esham's pattern of their scents lingering because it's usually a sex thing.
Yeah. Scenting, sexing, sexing. I can't combine those two. Yeah, it is to do with that. I would be very interested to see if there is something about like maybe their scents were starting to merge, not necessarily a mate thing, but more of like they are spending so much time together.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the spending so much time together is because of the sleeping in the same bed, which is what I would think it is, versus just seeing each other.
It could also be a Karanom thing.
Oh, yeah, like he's scenting that.
Maybe.
I could see that.
I could see that. I could see that before the mate thing.
I agree.
All right. Next up is Hannah. Sent a very long DM in Instagram. So I'm going to read. Jack, you tell me when to pause if you want us to talk about something.
Okay.
I want to start by saying I am stoked to share this. I feel like I'm talking to friends at this point with how much I listen to the pod.
Oh, we are friends.
This is in reference to the question about Aelin's daddy issues / Rowan being a good teacher. So this was a prompt from last week, I think. Aelin has attachment issues. She is, and I don't love the idea of only using attachment theory, but I'll say it for the sake of this, anxious avoidant. She doesn't want to lose people, and we can even see times where she worries what others are thinking of her and wants to seem quote-unquote good or worth it. Thanks, Arobin. But she also keeps secrets and avoids people and confrontation, more or less, for the whole series. She doesn't want to get close for many reasons, but mainly from not wanting to be left or having people die. Daddy issues are about abandonment at its simplest, and mommy issues are about unstable emotional patterns.
Whoa, Hannah.
I know.
Whoa, Hannah.
Oh,
No one said to come in here and target us like that, okay, Hannah? Like let's calm down and stop targeting us personally.
Aelin certainly has both. I also wanted to comment, and I know I'm a little behind, but Aelin wanting to prove herself to people, mostly men, is both mommy and daddy issues technically. It can depend on how she is doing it, though. Okay, well, explains so much about me.
I know. I'm just sitting here taking this in. Luckily, I have psychiatry tomorrow, so we'll talk.
Good for you. So, in terms of daddy issues, or if Rowan is a good teacher, I almost want to give a convoluted answer. Yes, Aelin has daddy issues, but also Rowan is and isn't a good teacher. I think Rowan is a hard ass. He shows little respect for Celaena / Aelin. I do think that this causes her to want to prove him wrong because she is stubborn, therefore making him a quote-unquote better teacher because she's trying. He does have some useful things to say / tips to give at a couple of points, I think, and is the only person around that she can talk to about having power at all. She's never spent this much time with someone who has magic, albeit when she was little, maybe, but not as much power as she has had.
That's such a good point, though, that
That's a good point.
she's never been with someone who's had magic like this. And she even says, like, I've never really seen anyone transform from their animal form into their fae form. And it is kind of overwhelming. Like, this is completely out of her normal realm of reality.
Yeah, it's a good point because even her mom, I mean, we don't know the extent of her mother's power, but her mother's power is in direct opposition of Aelin's power, right? We saw her drown her, whereas Rowan's power could either help or hinder.
Yeah.
Right? It could either feed the fire or suffocate the fire.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Maybe that's the moment where she was like hot for Rowan. It was when he suffocated her. And she's like, just like mommy did.
Oh, God.
Just like mother used to.
No, please stop. So this leads to a helpful teacher. I mean, whether or not he wants to be a helpful teacher, it is a good point that to be able to train with someone who knows magic, can talk about magic, I'm sure her mother avoided it as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I think the one good thing about Rowan, and whether this is him being a good teacher or not, I think is up for debate, is the fact that he is letting her get all of her power out in a safe location.
Yeah.
Of going to these temples, of saying like, go ahead, burn it out. All right. So that is a good teacher moment. But it is about letting her tap into this thing that she's always been afraid of.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Hannah continues to say, while Rowan's brutal and sometimes abusive methods get through to Aelin and cause her breakthroughs, she doesn't get too much guidance other than do this thing. The second half or third or so, I'm bad at math if you want to count full frontal lobe development. The second half of Aelin's formative years were shaped by Arobin, which could be a whole other book to write. Oh, to you, to us. Aelin learned what is okay to say/do and what is not, mostly from Arobin. But keeping secrets has always been her thing, and her time with Arobin shaped that. Even furthering attachment issues, not just daddy issues, but mommy issues as well. She didn't have that mother figure and didn't have a good view of her mom when she was little, and the women she was around she didn't like/weren't good to her either. Celaena/Aelin's attachment, or daddy/mommy issues, plays a big role in why Rowan's method works. She wants to prove herself and her emotions are unstable, so he gets to her fairly easily. If someone's securely attached or only anxiously attached as Rowan has Rowan as a teacher, I don't think they would have stayed or survived, respectively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point.
I mean, it's kind of funny where it's like they're the perfect match, like for teacher and student. Like, I don't think there was that one, I can't remember how he teaches Dorian. I think part of it with Dorian is like he actually can't teach him anything, but he was a lot nicer to Dorian.
Yeah. SJM, whether she knows it or not, gave Aelin exactly what she needed when she needed it. We can even see a similar but also less abusive method worked with Chaol training her too. I hate that it takes Rowan, and honestly kind of Chaol, seeing her back to be nicer to her, but it is what it is. Oh, seeing her back.
Oh, seeing her back, yeah.
Yeah, from Endovier. And I certainly don't mean to insinuate Aelin needed someone abusive, just that she needed him to be how he is, and for them both to help each other eventually. Also, I have to recognize an Apple podcast review that I only saw recently.
Oh no, what star did they give us?
They gave us a 5-star, but they're like, honestly, your Throne of Glass season is unlistenable because you say Chaol wrong. It's Chaol, not kale as the green leaf. It's Chaol. But they gave us a 5-star.
No.
I'm going to blame the fact that I listened to the audiobooks on almost 2 speed. And Chaol, it's just hard.
It's so close between the two. How is it Chaol? Chaol. You're telling me that small thing is what makes it unlistenable. I am willing to understand when I said cereal versus the cereal.
Yeah.
I will own that one. I will even say Farah versus Farah. But
Yeah.
Chaol versus Chaol, we have to draw the line somewhere, people.
I think that if you're a purist, I was trying to think about this to myself. Would I have a hard time listening to our earlier seasons if we said Rysand instead of Rhysand? Personally, no.
I can tune people out so easily, especially myself.
I think it's a talent.
So basically what we're saying is that we're just super talented guys. And
tuning ourselves out.
not really, though. Grab a snack, stretch your legs, and listen to this while we plot our next move.
I firmly believe in new year, new me, and that requires a wardrobe change.
It's actually cold in California. I am so excited because Quince has all of our staples covered. From soft Mongolian cashmere sweaters that feel like designer pieces without the markup, to 100% silk tops and skirts for easy dressing up, to perfectly cut denims for everyday wear.
I purposefully gave my partner my wool coat so I can get a Quince Italian wool coat because they are gorgeous. They're beautifully tailored, they're soft to the touch, and they're built to last years, not just one season.
That's because the quality shows in every detail. You can seriously tell with the stitch, with the fit, with the fabric. Every piece is thoughtfully designed.
Like everything from Quince, each piece is made with premium materials in ethical, trusted factories, which I love. Each piece is priced far below the cost of other luxury brands.
Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Don't wait. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada.
That's QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365 days returns. One of the things that was really hard to learn about banking as a young 20-something was how to avoid overdraft fees and building enough credit to actually have a credit card. There are so many ways Chime is making banking stress-free. They don't charge you fees for banking with them, and they provide you overdraft coverage. And on top of that, you can build credit without the worry about a regular credit card.
There's a reason why Chime is rated 5 stars by USA Today for customer service, because they offer real humans 24/7. I can't tell you the amount of times I have called my bank crying because I cannot stop talking to the robot who cannot help me.
I personally feel like every 20-something-year-old out there needs a Chime card. It's a great way to build credit history with your own money that you're actually earning, and you get rewarded every day.
And for those of us who might not be 20-something, still highly recommend it because of the no annual fees, no interest, no strings attached. And when you qualify for direct deposits, you get 1.5% cash back on eligible Chime card purchases. That's good for anyone.
It's good for everyone.
Chime is not just smarter banking. It is the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today.
It just takes a few minutes to sign up. Head to chime.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK.
That's chime.com/booktalk.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services, a secured Chime Visa credit card, and MyPay line of credit provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. MyPay eligibility requirements apply, and credit limit ranges $20 to $500. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. See chime.com/fees info. Advertised annual percentage yield with Chime Plus status only. Otherwise, 1.00% APY applies. No min balance required. Chime card on-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. See chime.com for details and applicable terms.
Amy, you know how I've been going to the gym now 5 to 6 times a week.
You are in your beast era.
I really am. I now start every day with AG1. And I'm telling you, I feel great.
And now is the time more than ever to be proactive about supporting your health.
Especially when you're traveling over the holidays or, honestly, the most germ-filled moment, large family gatherings. I know my family. It makes me feel more confident knowing that my immune system is getting the daily support it needs.
While everyone else at work has been getting sick, I've been taking my AG1 Next Gen, which contains more vitamins and minerals than ever before and is clinically shown to fill common nutrient gaps. And honestly, I enjoy the taste.
They taste so good. I don't know how they do that. Their flavors include original, citrus, berry, and tropical. What's been your favorite?
I've actually been doing the original pineapple and vanilla flavor.
You know I love citrus. I love their citrus.
AG1 has their best offer ever. If you head to drinkag1.com/booktalk, you'll get the welcome kit, a morning person hat, a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2, an AG1 flavor sampler, and you'll get to try their new sleep supplement, AGZ, for free, which has been a game changer for my nightly routine.
That's drinkag1.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, for $126 in free gifts for new subscribers. I wear glasses every day of the week except weekends, and those become my fun contact days until I'm about to run out, which I am on my last pair of contacts right now. 1-800-CONTACTS has been my go-to for refills with my contacts.
I've known you long enough that you'll go weeks without getting your contacts because of the location. But 1-800-CONTACTS skips the hassle. They offer free and fast shipping on every order.
For over 30 years, 1-800-CONTACTS has been the leader in online contact lens delivery with millions of contacts in stock and award-winning customer service.
They even offer free returns and exchanges, which means you can order confidently. They even offer unbeatable perks like free torn lens replacement. Their best price guarantee means if you find your contacts at a lower price elsewhere, they will beat it. That's a promise you won't find everywhere.
That's seriously why I keep going back to 1-800-CONTACTS. And they have extra discounts for new customers on their site.
Getting contacts doesn't have to be a hassle. Let 1-800-CONTACTS get you the contact lenses you need right now.
Order online at 1-800-CONTACTS.com or download the free 1-800-CONTACTS app today.
Okay, let me go back to Hannah. P.S. I love Rowan, and I am so glad this podcast has made me truly think more about this book/character because I read it in high school and had zero of these thoughts before. But looking at things from a literary lens and a psychological one hurts my head/heart because he decides to change once he knows she has, quote, been through it. And that is whack.
And that's the thing about when you peel back
The
layers and you look at something and, college ruins things, ladies and some gentlemen. It's truly just kind of ruins it a little bit when you're just able to be like, I love this like aggressive animalistic thing. But then when you apply a literary lens to it, when you think critically on it, you then have to peel back some of the things and you're just like, oh, I don't feel good about the fact that the only way that men take Celaena seriously is through the scars that other men have given her.
Mm-hmm.
That there's only value that Celaena has is through pain inflicted on her by men. Therefore, I only still continue to respect men.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, in some ways, literary analysis is like therapy, where you learn to view your life through a different lens. And you're like, well, shit, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like understanding why I do things, like having mommy issues.
Yeah. And you can pick and choose what you want. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many times that, like, if I'm pulling back okay, let's do this exercise again. The fact that Celaena has scars and men can only respect her because they see the pain that other men have inflicted on her. Rowan, I keep going back to colonial because that's the only one I remember. But like you can look at it and say that Rowan understands what it's like to be a conquered nation and those scars represent what it's like to be conquered. And, he doesn't respect. It's not that he respects her pain. It's that he respects a nation that's been conquered. And it's the true realization that Terrasen itself has been ravaged, not Celaena.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a great way of looking at it. I'm trying to think if there's another way we could look at it. I mean, the unfortunate thing with historical lens is you have to have like a very specific moment to compare it to. And that gets a little dicey, to be honest. So I'm not going to do that one.
I did one. We've proven it.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I'm just saying that ultimately it comes down to being able to look at it in different ways. And if you don't like what you're looking at it, force a different avenue.
Yeah. I mean, you can find different ways to look at these things.
Good writing is writing that you can analyze in multiple different ways. That's how they teach it to us in school.
Yeah.
Is literally if you have a book and you're able to look at it through two different lenses, solid book. If you're able to look at it through more, it's not one of those things that like when you're writing a book, you should not be thinking, can this be viewed through 4 different lenses? No, like no one should sit there and be like, I need this viewed through all these lenses. Unfortunately, there comes a point in writing where it does just come down to talent.
Yeah.
Like you can structurally know things, but then when you have these like magical moments, like I can't. And unfortunately, Amy and I are hyper aware of it. So when we're writing, I'm just sitting here being like, I know it's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm like, my brain is too much analyzing while I'm just trying to write.
But at the same time, you're a better writer for analyzing.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's look at Kara.
All right, Kara.
This is from Kara. Hi, I love the podcast and have listened religiously since you began with ACOTAR. OG listener, welcome.
OG.
Hello and here. I'm slowly rereading Throne of Glass, and this is just the perfect content for remembering and revisiting key events of the story. Now, through your magnifying glasses. I'm not sure if this is the kind of suggestion or response you are looking for, but I wanted to share some thoughts. Sometimes I feel like your analysis falls short of answering the so what.
It's fair. It's fair. It's fair. Sometimes we're exhausted. Sometimes we don't know what thought we have. We're just like, this is important, but I can't tell you why.
Sorry, we just got called the fuck out.
Yeah, we did. I did not read Kara's email, obviously, because I would have been prepared for that emotionally, and I was not prepared for that emotionally.
I'm not prepared for this like, I'm reading this. Sometimes your analysis falls short of answering the so what question as to why SJM makes certain decisions. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. It's just hard. But continue. I mean, you do it. This is not a thing on you, but, you know, what other podcast reads the comments? They're like, hey, so you guys kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Do you want me to keep reading or do you want to keep reading?
No, I'll keep going.
Okay.
Let me give a quick example as to when you did answer the proverbial so what question. When talking about Aelin's alcohol abuse in the beginning of the book, not only did you go in depth on character development, Aelin's reasons, and even your own personal deep dives into understanding and analyzing this behavior, but you ended on a definitive purpose as to why SJM wrote Aelin in such a way. Underage drinking to age her up and show the reader at her rock bottom to serve the character arc she has throughout this book. Clear, simple, even if there is disagreement and critique on Aelin's actions and how SJM has her to get to that point. Recalling discourse about Aelin at the end of Crown of Midnight being totally different than Aelin at the start of Heir of Fire, i.e. what happened on the boat that she is the way she is in Wendelin. Either way, you've satisfied my itch as to the purpose and function of this aspect of the beginning of the story and SJM's choices. Examples of when I really wanted to hear when we fell short from you both, just that one step further to get to that capital P, purpose. Oh my God, I feel like I'm reading a teacher writing me up.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I got a B- and not an A. When I don't think Amy's gotten this bad of a grade before. When discussing,
Physics.
Wow, okay,
Physics.
not in English. When discussing Aedion and how he's written to be a potential love interest for Aelin, loved that you pointed out the language and moments that really highlighted the feeling of Aedion's horniness for Aelin. And correct me if I'm mistaken, but the interpretation of Aedion in this manner and the way SJM writes him was just that, an interpretation. But why? What are your thoughts as to why SJM would make this writing choice? I'm reading this like I'm reading class. I'm like, yeah, why? Tell me. Before I continue, would you like to take a...
Yeah, so I do think we talked about it. I'm not trying to defend us against you, Kara. I think, Kara, you are absolutely spot on. There are definitely times we could elaborate more. So thank you for that feedback. We did talk about earlier on, but not in connection to the moment you were talking about. The fact...
Go ahead and say this, but she has more as to like
go
what
ahead.
we screwed up on. What we screwed up on, so you can explain why we did it. However obvious the explanation is as to why, so what, or purpose for what analysis critiqued, I feel like you would bring the analysis to the next level and even more so accentuate the flaws or feats of SJM's writing. Bonus, I love when you both give suggestions as to what could work better, like you did for Nehemiah's whole plotline. Thanks for making the time and dedication to the podcast. Love that I can extend my stay in the Maasverse, and you both in such in-depth, meaningful way. So I think we at least landed on a B+. I think that's where we got.
Not an A. Nowhere close to an A. So, again, Kara, thank you. Because, and this is like an existential thing, and I thought about it a lot when we were doing Crescent City, of like, we're talking a lot about things that we're just talking about. I personally struggled
with Crescent City.
I did and how to make it relevant.
Yeah.
And like, it was just very hard, like, compared to when we were doing the ACOTAR season.
Her writing styles are so different for each of these. I'm so excited to go to Silver Flames because I just remember ACOTAR being way easier.
Way, like, so rich. So rich of things to discuss. So, regarding Aedion and his quote-unquote horniness, we mentioned maybe early in the season when Aedion is introduced, the fact that it feels like SJM is really driving home the fact that Aedion could be Aelin's king, could be married to her, and it's a diversion, it's a distraction from the potential mateness, the connection of Rowan and Aelin. And I think she tries to create this pseudo love triangle situation to not make us immediately assume mate and let us fall into the Karanom belief of Rowan and Aelin's relationship. So that's my take on it. But why Aedion? Like, why Aedion instead of...
Well, I think you answered it.
I mean, I did, but like, she goes so far with Aedion.
I think he is everything that represents healing. Like, Aedion is home. Aedion is Terrasen. And if Aedion forgives her, and if Aedion loves her, then Terrasen can forgive her and love her. Yeah. So, in many ways, he is the perfect choice, the quote unquote perfect choice or the perfect love triangle. But I don't remember the next book and how long this love triangle thing lasts and how long until we're like, oh, no, not actually a love triangle. Or does it even, is this more of a love triangle when no one's actually together and it's just more a theoretical love triangle?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Great notes, Kara. We'll step it up. We'll bring it back.
I think it's helpful.
It is. No, it really is.
I think it's helpful for the listeners to give us that feedback. Like, tell us in episode X, you talk about this, but you didn't talk about purpose. You didn't talk about how you would change it. Like, call those moments out because then we can do that.
And you know what? Kara did it in a very nice way. Please notice that I laughed and I'm actually like thoroughly tickled by this. Yes. And I would like to point out what other podcasts would read this type of like, hey guys, great job. Here's how you could do better.
Yeah.
And
laugh about it.
And I am truly tickled by that. I also think that every single thing is spot on. Like, and it does help us for analysis because it is sometimes we're really tired and then we'll highlight it. And I'm like, I know this is something. Yeah. And like, there'll be sometimes where we'll look at chapters. So like right now for this episode and the next episode, when we're at the end and towards the climax, it's just a lot of plot. So Amy and I will be like, how was the reading? And the answer is just a lot of plot. So we actually have to then go through and try to highlight writing techniques, highlight descriptions, and highlight other things. So I think that sometimes or like with Crescent City, it felt like we were highlighting every single thing and we're just like, I guess we'll talk about this.
Yeah.
And here we've had to really like come back home to like, okay, what are our lenses? And Kara is reminding us how to analyze further of push that thought through.
Yeah. And I appreciate it because that really is and should be the North Star of what we do, right? Is why is this being done? For what purpose? Because I think we really lost our way when we were analyzing Crescent City because it was so dense.
Yeah.
It was so dense and we got so bogged down by it that we struggled to navigate.
We lost our mojo.
We just struggled to navigate it.
Yeah.
And we struggled to remember what is it that people love about the podcast. And this is the kind of stuff that helps us. And it helps us when, especially like for me, when I'm reading and being like, I guess I'll talk about the animal imagery again.
Yeah. What's the so what? What's the purpose? Right. What's the why?
I'm going to frame this.
I know. I was actually going to say, I'm like, can you print that?
Yeah.
Because like sometimes what's hard is like when I'm reading for class, analyzing for the podcast, I'll be like reading and my eyes skim it and my eyes will read it. And then I realize, oh no, I read it. I didn't read it. And then I have to go back and read that again. And I'm looking at the words and it does take a long time, which is why we're doing this, episode by episode. And this will help. It's like, what's my lens? What's my why? What's my purpose? So, Kara, truly thank you. Also,
thank you.
If you have feedback like this, follow Kara's notes. She gave us a compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
Started with a compliment, told us what we did right, and then ended with a compliment because we are humans and I am sensitive as fuck.
Yes. So, as much as you can infuse humor and compliments into your critiques, we will love you
welcome
forever.
them. Yeah, we do welcome them.
We do. Look, we know we're not perfect. We want to continue to improve. We want more people to enjoy the podcast. And
and honestly, I feel like I've recently discovered when we were recording Silver Elite, I listened to a bunch of other podcasts just to hear what they were talking about with Silver Elite because we didn't get like a ton of responses from listeners. And I was like, oh, they talk about books so differently than us. Like they're really different. And then I was like, we are really different. And it made me feel good about, like if you're coming to book talk for book talk, you know what you're coming for.
Yeah.
And we just need to be able to remember that. And Kara is our North Star. So Kara, we are hearing our B+. We accept it. We will be going to summer school or winter school. And we promise that for next episode, we'll bring our B+ game. But for Silver Flames, we'll bring our A+ game.
Yeah. Thank you, Kara.
Thank you.
All right.
One more.
Let's go to Catalina.
Okay.
All right. This email is from Catalina. This is from a while back. I went into the archives of things.
Ooh.
I think this is from August?
Okay.
September? I can't remember.
Sailor Moon.
Yes, this is Sailor Moon related. All right. Catalina says, when you started on the Throne of Glass analysis, I avoided listening. Usually, I reread from Heir of Fire. When I first read the series, I almost gave up after the second one. It was the first thing I read by SJM, and after the last chapters, I actually thought she would force the relationship with Chaol, and I did not like how that was looking. But after a break and nothing else good to read, I gave Heir of Fire a chance and never looked back. Now, I started listening to the podcast because you are getting close to Heir of Fire, and OMG, I need to reread the first two. I forgot so many things and missed a lot. I am halfway through the first book analysis on Spotify, and every time you mention stars, the color silver, and the moon, I can't stop thinking about Sailor Moon. Dorky, I know.
No, not dorky. Sailor Moon's life.
You are in good company.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know if you know the series, anime.
Sorry, manga and anime and movies and spin-offs, but continue.
And you have a Sailor Moon Monopoly board?
I do. I love Sailor. I have an entire box dedicated to all my Sailor Moon memorabilia.
But it is one of the reasons I love Throne of Glass in the first place. From names to symbols to themes or to entire scenes, it has so many parallels. I read somewhere at a point where images from the anime kept popping into my head while reading that SJM wrote Sailor Moon fan fiction and that she was a big fan. I'm not sure if you will cover this later on or if this is not part of your analysis, but I couldn't wait to write you. Just to mention a few. The theme of the stars and the moon, present in all 3 series by SJM, is always associated with hope and goodness. In both the books and the anime, the stars are guides, the night is beautiful and full of mystery. Which is why I said when Aelin runs away and Marion is killed, it is a moonless night. Because there is no hope.
There's no hope.
The color silver, silver light, silver hair, moon color, present in multiple characters in Throne of Glass, present in characters in Sailor Moon, also associated with goodness. Think Rowan, Manon, Rhysand, always wears black and silver. Maeve and her cadre. Queen Beryl and her cadre. Queen Beryl's the evil queen. There's a scene at the end of the final season of Sailor Moon that reminds me so much of the death of the 13 and the way Manon watches powerless.
No, fuck off. Okay, continue. I already heard it. Go. No.
That's it. We go into another point. Names like Selene, Endymion, Nehemia. There's a queen, Nehelenia, Endymion, Selene.
There's an Endymion, yeah.
Yeah. Selene, Celaena, and there's also cousin Selene. The female friendships from the final books, the way they interact, tease, and give each other hope and support is the same as the Sailor Senshi. Even the cadre has parallels in Kingdom of Ash. Sometimes the way Aelin is described using her powers, I can see fragments of the way the Sailor Senshi were using their powers or transforming. Even small pieces of dialogue, like the conversation Aelin has at the end of Fire with her younger self and the dead parents while the Valg are draining her. The idea that the bad guys are mostly corrupted or controlled by a higher force, aka the cadre and the Valg, the witches and their elders, are reminiscent of villains from Sailor Moon that are not actually evil but controlled by higher forces. And many, many more that I only partially remember because I last watched Sailor Moon 15 years ago and cannot find the originals anywhere.
Oh, on Hulu.
Oh, are they on Hulu?
Yeah, it's all on Hulu.
I read the entire series a few years back, and I quite frankly can barely remember anything. I need to go back and reread it.
It started with me being like, yo, watch Sailor Moon.
But after this walk on memory lane, I will try harder. Anyway, I don't know if this is of interest to you or your analysis. For me, it was great, and it was an amazing visual aid in imagining a lot of the scenes, and it made Throne of Glass more nostalgic and meaningful. I watched Sailor Moon for the first time when I was in primary school on national television, and it was the only cartoon available in my country at that time, at least for me, and then fell in love again in my early 20s. So thanks for helping me remember this. I always listen with great pleasure. Keep up the great work. Love, and sorry for the long text. Your friendly listener from Romania.
Oh, Romania. Okay, she may not have Hulu.
Catalina.
So another thing is Sailor Moon will get her crescent moon on her forehead. And just like, yeah.
Aelin has the nameless mark on her forehead.
Yep. Very
Smart.
popular. Some good stuff. There is a lot of, I mean, that's what I should come in with the Sailor Moon literary lens is what I should do. But I've heard that before. I need to go find more comparisons.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sailor Moon's the best. If you've never read manga, read Sailor Moon. Start there.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Another really, really good one that I think is a good gateway one is Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
It's a good gate. I know people.
Yes and no. Go ahead. Continue.
Never mind.
No.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You remember who you're talking to. You're talking to the Romantasy girlies.
You're right. Or in High School Host Club.
There it is. Know your audience. Skip Beat.
Yeah, Skippy. Oh, God.
Honestly, Inuyasha, like that was, I mean, you have to go for the, like, know your crowd. And
Yeah. No, you're right. There's a lot of people who love Fruits Baskets. I couldn't get into it, but there's a lot of people who love it.
I actually was debating whether to start rereading Vampire Night.
Oh, I love Vampire Night.
I love Vampire Night. I think I'm trying to remember. Did I have a section on that in my dissertation? I know at one version I did.
I think you did mention it.
Yeah. So I was like, because I'm going back to rewriting, working on my dissertation. And I was like, God, I miss Vampire Night. That was such a good one, too.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Amy and I, big fans of anime, big fans of manga, and read a lot of it back in the day. I kind of went through I'm like having a revivalist moment of anime. And because my own personal romantasy book has a lot of anime
tropes.
What you call it? Tropes? Yeah. A lot of anime tropes that I'm merging with romantasy, which, yeah. The thing that's so fucking Sailor Moon about Aelin is that none of the men save her. Is that she is the one who will go and save the men.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Let's wrap up.
Thanks for listening to Book Talk for Book Talk with Jack and Amy. Join us next week as we dive into chapters 57 through 68 of Heir of Fire.
If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps other readers find us. And of course, we'd love to hear what you thought of today's episode. Share your comments through our form at booktalkforbooktalk.com, and we might feature your feedback in a future mini episode or in a Patreon exclusive episode.
For merch and more ways to support the show, head to booktalkforbooktalk.com. You can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at the handle Booktalk for Book Talk. And don't forget to join us by subscribing to the Subtext Society Journal.substack.com to get more insights into the romantasy and romance world. Bye.
I am traveling to visit my mom in Kentucky for Christmas, and then I'm going to Montana with you, Amy. My routine is completely thrown off, but there's one thing that I am maintaining, and that's Ritual.
Ritual is an obsessively researched multivitamin. Their essential multis have the nutrients most of us don't get enough from our food, especially me, all in their clean and absorbable forms. There's no shady additives or ingredients that do more harm than good.
I'm currently taking their Essentials for Women 18 Plus, which contains 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules designed for optimal absorption per day.
We take their Symbiotic Plus Gut Health every evening before bed, and that minty freshness actually is like a little treat before I go to sleep.
Get to go to bed fresh. Ritual's Essential third-party tested for heavy metals and Clean Label Project certified.
Their products are HSA, FSA eligible with a seamless checkout experience, so you can even save when you shop with your pre-tax dollars.
Instead of striving for perfect health, aim for supportive foundational health.
Our listeners get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/booktalk.
That's ritual.com/booktalk. BOOKTALK for 25% off your first month.
I firmly believe in new year, new me, and that requires a wardrobe change.
It's actually cold in California. I am so excited because Quince has all of our staples covered. From soft Mongolian cashmere sweaters that feel like designer pieces without the markup, to 100% silk tops and skirts for easy dressing up, to perfectly cut denims for everyday wear.
I purposefully gave my partner my wool coat so I can get a Quince Italian wool coat because they are gorgeous. They're beautifully tailored, they're soft to the touch, and they're built to last years, not just one season.
That's because the quality shows in every detail. You can seriously tell with the stitch, with the fit, with the fabric. Every piece is thoughtfully designed.
Like everything from Quince, each piece is made with premium materials in ethical, trusted factories, which I love. Each piece is priced far below the cost of other luxury brands.
Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Don't wait. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada.
That's QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365 days returns. One of the things that was really hard to learn about banking as a young 20-something was how to avoid overdraft fees and building enough credit to actually have a credit card. There are so many ways Chime is making banking stress-free. They don't charge you fees for banking with them, and they provide you overdraft coverage. And on top of that, you can build credit without the worry about a regular credit card.
There's a reason why Chime is rated 5 stars by USA Today for customer service, because they offer real humans 24/7. I can't tell you the amount of times I have called my bank crying because I cannot stop talking to the robot who cannot help me.
I personally feel like every 20-something-year-old out there needs a Chime card. It's a great way to build credit history with your own money that you're actually earning, and you get rewarded every day.
And for those of us who might not be 20-something, still highly recommend it because of the no annual fees, no interest, no strings attached. And when you qualify for direct deposits, you get 1.5% cash back on eligible Chime card purchases. That's good for anyone.
It's good for everyone.
Chime is not just smarter banking. It is the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today.
It just takes a few minutes to sign up. Head to chime.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK.
That's chime.com/booktalk.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services, a secured Chime Visa credit card, and MyPay line of credit provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. MyPay eligibility requirements apply, and credit limit ranges $20 to $500. Optional services and products may have fees or charges. See chime.com/feesinfo. Advertised annual percentage yield with Chime Plus status only. Otherwise, 1.00% APY applies. No min balance required. Chime card on-time payment history may have a positive impact on your credit score. Results may vary. See chime.com for details and applicable terms.
Amy, you know how I've been going to the gym now 5 to 6 times a week?
You are in your beast era.
I really am. I now start every day with AG1. And I'm telling you, I feel great.
And now is the time more than ever to be proactive about supporting your health.
Especially when you're traveling over the holidays or, honestly, the most germ-filled moment, large family gatherings. I know my family. It makes me feel more confident knowing that my immune system is getting the daily support it needs.
While everyone else at work has been getting sick, I've been taking my AG1 Next Gen, which contains more vitamins and minerals than ever before and is clinically shown to fill common nutrient gaps. And honestly, I enjoy the taste.
They taste so good. I don't know how they do that. Their flavors include original, citrus, berry, and tropical. What's been your favorite?
I've actually been doing the original pineapple and vanilla flavor.
You know I love citrus. I love their citrus.
AG1 has their best offer ever. If you head to drinkag1.com/booktalk, you'll get the welcome kit, a morning person hat, a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2, an AG1 flavor sampler, and you'll get to try their new sleep supplement, AGZ, for free, which has been a game changer for my nightly routine.
That's drinkag1.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, for $126 in free gifts for new subscribers. I wear glasses every day of the week except weekends, and those become my fun contact days until I'm about to run out, which I am on my last pair of contacts right now. 1-800-CONTACTS has been my go-to for refills with my contacts.
I've known you long enough that you'll go weeks without getting your contacts because of the location. But 1-800-CONTACTS skips the hassle. They offer free and fast shipping on every order.
For over 30 years, 1-800-CONTACTS has been the leader in online contact lens delivery with millions of contacts in stock and award-winning customer service.
They even offer free returns and exchanges, which means you can order confidently. They even offer unbeatable perks like free torn lens replacement. Their best price guarantee means if you find your contacts at a lower price elsewhere, they will beat it. That's a promise you won't find everywhere.
That's seriously why I keep going back to 1-800-CONTACTS. And they have extra discounts for new customers on their site.
Getting contacts doesn't have to be a hassle. Let 1-800-CONTACTS get you the contact lenses you need right now.
Order online at 1-800-CONTACTS.com or download the free 1-800-CONTACTS app today.